What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bowls Fishing. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It is Friday here in Georgia. I know that's probably like, well, it's Friday everywhere, Josh. Well, today I'm making this video on a Friday afternoon. I just got off work. If it was not freezing cold outside, I'd probably be out on the lake trying to smash some of these Lanier fall bass because I'm itching to go fishing, right? But we had a big cold front come in the middle of this week. There is a bass boat tournament tomorrow I'm not getting into, but I feel like this cold front is going to shut them down for, a few days. But I feel like we got a little bit warmer temperature coming up towards the end of the weekend. I feel like it's going to really fire off the fall fishing here on Lanier. It's always been, it's been feast or famine here the past month or so, but I'm really looking forward to, getting back out there and diving into the fall bass fishing on Lanier and then getting into that winter bite, because last year I learned how to winter fish on Lanier and I absolutely love it. I hate the cold, absolutely hate the cold, but wintertime bass fishing last year was a blast. I'm looking forward to that. But today I want to talk about my number one bait that I always have tied on, and it's like a better term, it's my confidence bait. And that bait is the good old shaky head. If you don't know what a shaky head is, you're really missing out in the world of bass fishing. It is a finesse bait. You can literally, to me, it's a universal bait. You can fish it anywhere, everywhere, and anywhere across the lower 48, if you want to call it that. I have not fished everywhere in the lower 48, so maybe so, but from my research and everything I've seen, you can literally fish a shaky head anywhere in the country. And again, to me, I don't know what it is, but you either fish a shaky head or you fish a wacky rig. I fish both of them. I favor a shaky head because I think the main reason is the way I learned how to bass fish. The first bait I learned how to fish bass fishing was a shaky head, and I never put it down since. Like I said, I can fish it anywhere. I can fish it around brush. I can fish it around blowdowns. I can fish around rock. I can fish around riprap, up in a creek, up in a river, out deep. I can literally fish this bait anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. I mean, it's that universal to me, and I will always have it tied on. But today I kind of want to go into kind of my setup and what, the few videos that I have posted over the past week or so. It's been really slow for me out on Lanier, but the bait that I've always been catching them on is a shaky head, and those fish that I caught on those videos was on this shaky head right here, and that's why I want to share it with you. First and foremost, I want to talk about a rod and reel setup for really any type of worm fishing, or not really any type of worm fishing, but typically the shaky head. This is the Icon Spinning. It is a 6.6 fast medium spinning rod. This will be getting switched out in probably the next week to the 13 Fishing Feint 3. I think it's a 6.7 fast medium. I'm going back to 13. I'll get into that in another video. But this is still a dynamite setup, guys. If you've never held a casting rod in your hand, it's a great rod. But fishing the shaky head, you want kind of a more lighter type rod, lighter or medium action rod where you can have lighter line, and it's not gonna, I mean, you can set it up to cast it far with a heavier jig head, but usually it's more your finesse style fishing. Typically going to finesse, you're going to a spinning rod, and it's probably going to be in that medium range. You can definitely probably pull off a medium heavy, but to me, medium, you can feel everything. You can feel every tree branch that it's coming through. That's just what I like to fish it on. I do have it on, I think this is 12-pound Daiwa J-braid. I got it in the fluorescent green color just because I can see it a little bit better. And it's I got a fluorocarbon leader tied onto it. I believe it's Seaguar. I think it's 8-pound Invisex by Seaguar. That's the line I've always fished. I've always married J-braid with Seaguar. That's what I've had my best luck on probably the past 6 years. And I'm not going away from it. So that's kind of the line and rod and reel setup. This is just a basic Daiwa spinning reel. Not too fancy. I think I picked it up for about 60 bucks, and it's absolutely dynamite. I mean, it really is. It's a great reel. I'll drop all that stuff in the description box below, all the links and so on and so forth. But let me get back over here to the shaky head. So whenever I first started fishing the shaky head, I was fishing the typical spot sticker shaky head. It's that straight shank hook with that kind of ball jig head at the top. You know, you can get it in numerous different colors. And the hook keeper was actually up onto the lead. They also made the same type of setup straight shank hook with the, I don't know what it's called, but that twist worm keeper where you twist the worm on, you know, up to the lead head. I cannot stand that. To me, it took way too much time to sit there and twist your worm up there, and it never, to me, it didn't really fit. To me, it was a waste of time to twist up on there, and it never really held good to me. So that's why I've always enjoyed, you know, sliding it up, you know, the shank of the hook and then up into, like a better term, where the lead head is. But recently, I guess it was last year, the year before, I found out that Z-Man came out with its own version of the shaky head. And this setup right here is absolutely phenomenal. As you'll see, I don't know if you can tell, maybe I'll put over my white face or over this white wall right here. The lead head actually kind of curves up almost at an angle, and it's got your traditional worm keeper right there on the hook itself. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, now you can see it. And this is a thick gauge or a higher gauge wire hook. So I used to, before these came out, I was fishing the heavier size Ned head rig or a Ned head hook, and I felt like that wire on that hook was not that strong. I broke a lot, and I have yet to break one of these, and I've been fishing it for probably, golly, over a year. Like I said, over a year and a half. Now I have broke the little worm keeper off, but it really didn't phase it much. Yeah, your worm would slide down a little bit, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you're fishing brush, you're constantly adjusting that worm, so you just constantly slide it back up the hook, and it typically stayed there. But another cool thing, and these come in multiple different sizes. As you see here, 1/8 ounce, 3/16, and 1/4 ounce. This is a 1/4 ounce jig head. This is what I always use, no matter if it's now, if I'm ever in really, really skinny water in some shoals or in some rapids, I will dial that down. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have this 1/4 ounce tied on. I like a heavier jig head for all of my baits or anything that I'm fishing down the bottom. I like for it to get down there faster. I tend to be the impatient guy, so I like to have a heavier gauge or a heavier jig head on it, so it'll get down there faster. And I can feel a whole lot more when it's a heavier jig, obviously, because you're really bouncing it off or bouncing off the rocks in the brush, so on and so forth. But also, guys, over the past year, I've always been a big Zoom, trick worm, green pumpkin purple guy. I was always the Zoom cinnamon purple, but they phased out cinnamon purple and went to green pumpkin purple, and that was always my go-to, and I still use it today. But over the past year, I dove into Missile Baits, and this Quiver worm is absolutely dynamite. Quiver 6.5 Superbug is a color. And what I like about the Superbug color is on one side you got green pumpkin, I don't know if you can see that, and then on the other side you got more of like a black and blue flake. And this thing is absolutely dynamite, guys. Absolutely. I've had so much luck with this worm. It is phenomenal. I absolutely love this bait. Again, I'm a firm believer in the green pumpkin trick worm and all the Zoom green pumpkin this. I love those worms, but I really invested in these and I've had great success, and I'm very pleased with how it is. I'm pleased with the durability of the worm, the length of the worm. When I'm usually fishing a shaky head, I'm only usually fishing it with a 6-inch worm. I may drop down to a 3.5 to 4-inch worm, but if I'm going to drop down that, I'm going to go ahead and switch it all over to a Ned rig. That's just how I am. And I can get into that more big TRD top bait bang stick from Z-Man and really, you know, dive into those colors. I got multiple colors of those that I love. But 9 times out of 10, when I have a shaky head tied on, it's going to have a green pumpkin purple or the Quiver Superbug on it, and I'm going to fish that all day, every day. I've had great success on it. It's a great way to, if you're just getting into bass fishing, this is a bait I highly recommend. This in a Texas rig to really learn how to bass fish, and you have great success with it. You can either catch the smallest fish on this or the biggest fish on this. Literally, the sky's the limit with this bait. To me, it's the most universal bait, and I will always have it tied on 110%, guys. But anyways, guys, so that is my #1 go-to bait all across the board. No matter from kayak fishing, bass boat fishing, whatever it is, I'm always gonna have a shaky head tied on. And I about just stuck that rod into the fan that's on. That would have been terrible. As you can see, this is kind of a new backdrop. I'm sitting in the living room tying on tackle. I didn't want to do it out in the garage. Like I said, it's freaking freezing cold outside. I didn't want to do it out there, so I brought all my stuff in here and just organizing some good tackle here, guys. Had to go to the tackle store, had to get restocked back up. So that's what I'm doing today. But anyways, guys, I hope you like this video. If you like these types of videos, I do like to create these types of videos, kind of breaking down my key baits that I usually fish with, and you'll be able to see more of these, coming down or coming into the near future, especially getting into the height of fall bite, fall bass fishing and then winter bass fishing. I want to share the baits that I've had great success with, that I've learned a lot with over the past year in the winter season. And obviously, guys, I'm still trying to work out those other details on the kite fishing side. It is coming. I can promise you it's coming. It's just, I'm just not there yet. I'm trying to get, everything stockpiled up. First thing was switching out rods and baits, and that's kind of what I'm doing now. So it's a process, guys. I got it all dialed in. I got it all planned out. So it's coming. Get ready for it. It's going to be great, guys. And again, guys, as always, if you don't mind, please like this video, share this video, and please, guys, subscribe to my channel. That helps me create this content for you and get back in the swing of things. I need to boost up my following, guys. I want to share these great adventures that I have coming up. And the only way to do that is to grow this channel. So if you don't mind, please help me grow this channel. Please help me grow my following, where I can share my adventures to the world and be able to get back out there on the water and be able to fish with all y'all, meet up with all y'all, all these tournaments, all these different stuff. It's going to be great, guys. But please, if you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate you guys. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And I hope this weekend you're setting the hook on a big old bass, guys. Stay classy. Stay tuned. It's going to be good. Deuces.